my client's still paying child support and he has their daughter the majority of the time. My client had extended parenting time since April. He has continued to pay child support.
I wasn't aware Mr. Goon was still paying child support.
We've been down this road. In 2021, she attended AA, went to counseling. In 2022, she's passed out in her car.
This matter is before the court for the purpose of reviewing custody parenting time. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Kimberly Kuhn, representing the defendant father, Denver Goon. Mr. Goon appears to be present with Ms. Kuhn. In addition, Attorney Amy Waskoviak is present, representing the plaintiff mother, Cassandra Heisman. Ms. Heisman is also present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
The parties presumably conferred with someone from the front of the court. I don't see any recommendations this morning. Who'd you meet with, Ms. LaPrade or Ms. Patrick?
Ms. LaPrade.
Okay.
Let me check and see where that landed.
The last order entered by this court in April granted extended parenting time to the defendant father, supervised parenting time to the plaintiff mother.
Judge, it shows it's in your.
Yep, I've received that recommendation now, Ms. LaPrade. Thank you.
Thank you.
The recommendation of Ms. LaPrade is that parenting time for mother shall be every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. In addition, every other weekend, Friday until 6 p.m. presumably on Sunday. I'm sorry. Is that for the weekend, Ms. LaPrade?
Yes, sir. I apologize. Yes, that's supposed to be Friday at 6 to Sunday at 6.
Okay, so parenting time for mother shall be every Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and alternating weekends, Fridays at 6 to Sundays at 6. Parenting time shall occur at the plaintiff mother's home, supervised by Michelle or Wayne Miller. Neither party shall use alcohol prior to or during parenting time. That is the recommendation. Ms. Kuhn, is this recommendation good with your client this morning?
Judge, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I want to make sure I heard right. The parenting time is going to continue to occur at the maternal grandmother's home, correct?
Plaintiff mother's home, correct.
Plaintiff
Supervised
mother.
by Michelle or Wayne Miller.
So the issue with plaintiff mother was that she was staying at many different places. We would like the recommendation to state that it shall occur at maternal grandmother's home. We believe she is staying there right now, but we don't want to have an issue if mother goes back to Point Place and stays with the boyfriend. Grandmother is not going to go there. So if possible, we would like the recommendation to state that it would be maternal grandmother's home. Where it has been going on since April. We would also, Your Honor, ask that my client's child support has the majority of the time.
I'm sorry, Ms. Waskoviak. I'm sorry, you need to mute yourself because
I'm sorry.
Over Ms. Kuhn. So I'm missing Ms. Kuhn's comments. All right, I'm sorry, Ms. Waskoviak was talking with her client during your statements. Ms. Kuhn, could you, so the plaintiff mother is not the same as the maternal grandmother?
I want to make sure that that's happening because when mother gets upset at grandmother, she goes elsewhere. So we don't want this child going to different homes. So we would like her to continue to have her supervised parenting time at maternal grandmother's home.
Okay, I understand now. All right, Ms. Waskoviak, any objection to that, to clarify this, that the parenting time shall occur at the maternal grandmother's home?
We don't have an objection to that.
Okay, all right, so we can modify that, Ms. LaPrade, to clarify that parenting time shall occur at the maternal grandmother's home, supervised by Michelle or Wayne Miller. And I'm sorry, Ms. Kuhn, the other issue that you wanted to raise?
So the other issue is my client's still paying child support and he has their daughter the majority of the time. My client had extended parenting time since April. He has continued to pay child support. Now we have a schedule set. He shouldn't be paying child support. I'm asking that the court abate his child support. In my motion, I do ask for any other relief. And obviously with the extended parenting time and with her parenting time being supervised, and him having the majority of the time, the money would be better spent in his home.
Understood. There is no recommended review dates. Ms. LaPrade, I'm not sure if we should abate child support, but perhaps modified child support based upon this change in parenting time schedule.
Your Honor, it is probably appropriate to abate. I just need a date by which we would do that.
All right. Ms. Kovac, what's your response to the request to abate child support?
We do not have an objection. I still have some issues regarding some other things, but we don't have any issue regarding currently abating child support.
Okay. Okay, what date do you propose, Ms. Kuhn?
Your Honor, he's had her since April, so I would say May 1st.
Ms. Koviak?
No, was in school in Bedford. During that time, grandmother had, along with mom, had the child during that time. It's to me that July would be appropriate as a start date, especially since we are consenting.
My had their daughter since April 24th of 2024.
Yes, the court notes that an order was entered April 24th, according to the mother's parenting time be supervised by the maternal grandmother. Mr. Pratt, your recommendation, either June or July?
Your Honor, my recommendation would be June 30th. This was not brought up to me at all in the room. I wasn't aware Mr. Goon was still paying child support, so my recommendation would be to abate as of June 30.
Right, the court will adopt that recommendation. Right, Ms. Koviak, the other
Okay.
issue that you want to address?
So client knows that she has work to do. However, she was the primary caretaker of this child along with the maternal grandmother. That's the primary place where these children were living, or this child was living, excuse me. And the father had every other weekend and one night a week. So I think it's drastic to suggest that the child only have every other weekend and one night a week. My suggestion would be that there be, in mother's off week, that she have an extra overnight of parenting time. So for example, instead of just Wednesday, when it's not her weekend, she have either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Wednesday, Thursday. Additionally, it's my understanding that Mr. Goon's girlfriend, when he's working, is watching the child. So I think in this particular instance, as long as there's supervision, the right of first refusal would be appropriate to make sure that that the child get as much contact with the mother as possible. And then finally, I would suggest that there be set phone calls, that my client be able to have phone calls with the child every day. Currently, Mr. Goon is prohibiting that contact, and it is appropriate that there be an ongoing contact.
Right, the court would note that on April 24th, the court did refer the issue of custody and parenting time to the front of the court for formal investigation recommendation. Unfortunately, plaintiff mother did not fully participate. She submitted a questionnaire, answers the questionnaire, but did not call in for an interview. Did she forget about that, Mr. Koviak? Obviously, that's a concern of the court.
I believe that if I to look, I believe that, go ahead and answer.
I thought they were supposed to call me, so that was a misunderstanding. Yes, my fault, but I thought they were supposed to call me, not me call.
But I think the court would like to see some documentation showing that Ms. Heisman is making progress, stabilize her. She's got to be well in order to properly care for her children. So the court's not opposed to scheduling a review hearing.
Your Honor, I will
I
say
need
that
some
she is,
documentation.
in addition to, she's going to AA meetings, doing Smart Start. So she's definitely on the way, and I understand that this court wants to observe that. But at the same token, as long as she's being supervised, I would suggest that having ongoing and consistent contact with the child is important, so that this child, especially, not only is she bonded with her mother, but she has an ongoing relationship with her grandmother. And I did forget one other thing, and that is the other potential supervisor would be Larry Heisman, which is her father. So that would give us a third person in addition to the persons who have been stated, which is her mother and her stepfather, Wayne Miller. I understand the concern, but I also think keeping consistency for this child to the extent that we can while she's going through treatment is very significant and important.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms.
plaintiff
Goon?
mother has had numerous relapses. Fortunately, this has been a continuing issue for many, many years. Has assaulted Larry when she's been intoxicated. She has been found passed out in her vehicle by the Toledo Fire Department while intoxicated. The parenting time that Ms. LaPrade recommended is more than what my client was comfortable with, given that plaintiff mother has an issue with even just being able to control herself. Her mother, her family will testify as to all of that. There was concern that before she went on SmartLink, that she was drugged the week before. Your Honor, she states that she doesn't drink when she has the children, which means she does drink when she doesn't have them. We are not 100% convinced that she is fully recognizing the danger of this situation. And Ms. LaPrad's recommendation, we respect it. We accept it. We're concerned that it's too much parenting time. In addition, the right of first refusal never works, Judge. It never works. And we are not going to agree to a right of first refusal, because what's going to happen is we're going to be in court more often than not over some argument that you let the child come to my house, and then we're putting this child in the middle. So we are not at all advocates of the right of first refusal. I think it creates more problems than what it's worth. And already these two have difficulty with communication. The communication coming from mother to my client is really, really nasty. Client does his best to take the high road, but if I were to send text messages or put them up on the screen, it doesn't present very well for plaintiff mother. So given the issues that we have, given the concerns, given the fact that mother was intoxicated a week before she started SoberLink, which I can provide testimony, we're asking the court to keep the recommendation as is, and let's see how she does. We've been down this road. In 2021, she attended AA, went to counseling. In 2022, she's passed out in her car. In December of 2023, she's assaulting a family member because she's drunk and moving out. And then we're all over the place living in different homes because we're upset with maternal grandmother. There's too much dysfunction. And as of now, Your Honor, we'd like mother to focus on getting herself better and focusing on treatment. We're asking the court to adopt the recommendation of Ms. LaPrade with regard to the parenting time and not expand it.
Right, what about this third party to be a supervisor, Ms. Kuhn?
We were with both Michelle and Larry, correct?
Wayne.
Wayne, I'm sorry, Wayne lives in that home as well?
Yes, but not Larry.
Okay, yes, we are comfortable with Wayne and we are comfortable with Michelle. They are husband and wife.
Right,
live
Ms.
together.
Skoviak suggested another party.
Larry,
We are not
Larry.
comfortable with Larry.
He's a drinker.
He is an alcoholic.
All right. All right, is Ms. currently on probation, Ms. Skoviak?
is she on probation?
Yes.
No,
Okay, why requirement of SoberLink?
there isn't. She's voluntarily doing that.
I see. Okay, all right, okay. All right. Well, at this point in time, the court's going to adopt this recommendation, but I'm going to set a review date. So the court wants to see some documentation that Ms. Heisman is addressing her situation as she's actively engaged in outpatient. Not, as the court recalls, there are issues more than just substance abuse. There are also some mental health issues. The court wants to see that those issues are being addressed properly. We want to make sure that she takes care of herself so she can take care of her son Carson. So the court review date, what do you want, maybe 45 days?
Your Honor, can
Yes.
you address the issue of the phone calls?
Well, yeah, FaceTime, and that's reasonable requests. What about FaceTime between mother and son during the
That's fine, Your Honor.
okay? What do you propose in terms of what days? And perhaps in the evening after dinner?
Do like Tuesday and Thursday?
I'm good with that, yeah.
Can we do Tuesday and Thursday, Your Honor? FaceTime, what time works?
Maybe 7 p.m.?
Yeah,
What time? Bedtime?
yeah,
What time?
7, 8 o'clock.
7 or 8?
How about 7 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Are you back from work? Is 7 okay?
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, yes, Tuesday, Thursdays at 7.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesdays and Thursdays in a
Oh,
week in which she does not have the weekends?
Correct. The Tuesdays and Thursdays that she doesn't have her weekend. Yes.
Again, obviously, as much contact between mother and child is preferred. Ms. LaPrade, your thoughts?
Your Honor, I don't see why we couldn't do the Tuesday and Thursday every week, because mom, as per her statement, was more involved with the child's life. I don't see that being an issue.
All right, all right. So the court will Add to the recommendation, again, just clarify the amount of parenting time should be alternating the weekends, Friday at 6 till Sunday at 6. Supervised in the home of the maternal grandmother, supervised by Michelle or Wayne Miller only. In addition, mother shall have parenting time every Wednesday, 5 to 7:30 p.m. Shall have FaceTime with the minor child every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. No alcohol consumption in the presence prior to or during the parenting time. And the final court will set this matter for review. What do you suggest, Ms. Wachovia, in terms of timeframe for Ms. Heisman to secure some reports to share with the front of the court and to Ms. Goon? I'm suggesting 30 to 45.
Yes, either one, whenever you can get us in.
All right, so Mr. President, just put in the court review, mom's parenting time, September 25, 8:30 a.m.
Yes,
Your Honor,
sir.
real quick, did you, I didn't hear, does it state that child support is abated as of June 30th, 2024?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we will add that child support, the defendant's child support is abated September 30th, 2024.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That is in the rec and I will get that uploaded.
Thank you, Mr. Pratt. Anything further this morning, Ms. Wachovia or Ms. Kuhn?
No,
All right, do you want to voir dire your respective clients? Is it necessary this morning?
no.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll see you in September 25 then. That will conclude this hearing.
Gotcha.
Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
I've been paying child support for 5 years and the kids just don't go over there at all.
I spend as much time as I can with my children. It's not, I know the overnights is, maybe that's what the court views it as. He bought her a dog